What's going on, guys? Parker here, and I'm back with another video, and today I got my top 4 NBA player props for the day. And before you get in this video, do me a favor and subscribe to the channel down below. Give this video a big thumbs up and leave a comment on this video down below, because all those things really help the channel out a ton and really help push my content out to more and more people each and every single day. So I really would appreciate it. And yeah, before we get into this video real quick, I did want to mention real quick that Sleeper has a free Aaron Rodgers square tonight for new users. So you can get access to this free square as well as a 100% match on your first deposit up to $100 when you use code FF23. That's code FF23 on Sleeper. So make sure to sign up for Sleeper today. Make sure to use code FF23. And without further ado, let's get right into today's 4 NBA player props. So first off, I got Ja Morant over 20.5 points versus the Bucks, -110 on DraftKings. So the Bucks have allowed the 6th most points per game in the NBA to point guards this season. That defense that last year was awful versus point guards or guards in general is still once again very bad, shockingly. Not shockingly, that's sarcastic, but Morant would easily be going over this line each game if minutes were increased. However, they have been ramping up his minutes as the season has gone on. And he's over this line 2 out of his last 3 matchups versus the Bucks. Overall, I think this is a great matchup for Ja Morant. I think this is a matchup where he should be able to have a good game. He should be able to perform well. So Ja Morant over 20.5 points versus the Bucks, -110 on DraftKings is my first play of the day. Next up, I got Jalen Green over 22.5 points versus the Mavericks, -125 on DraftKings. So Green is over this line 3 out of his 4 games this season. The only game he went under, he had 22. The Mavs have allowed the 9th most points per game in the NBA to shooting guards this season, and Green has taken a huge leap this season and will continue as the number 1 option. I don't know how song got in there. All right, I'm an idiot. Yeah, he's the number 1 option. He will continue as the number 1 option. He had a really big game. He's had really big games so far this season. I think that continues tonight. So Jalen Green over 22.5 points versus the Mavericks is my second play of the day. Next up, I got Chris Paul over 10.5 rebounds plus assists versus the Jazz, -115 on Bet365. So the Jazz have allowed the 4th most assists per game in the NBA to point guards this season. The Jazz have allowed the 5th most rebounds per game in the NBA to point guards this season. And Chris Paul is over this line in 10 out of his last 11 games versus the Jazz. Overall, it's a player that's been dominating this line versus this team, and a team that allows these stats a ton. They allow a ton of rebounds versus point guards and a ton of assists per game versus point guards. So Chris Paul over 10.5 rebounds plus assists versus the Jazz, -115 on Bet365 is my third play of the day. Now, lastly, for my 4th and final play, I got James Harden over 15.5 rebounds plus assists versus the Suns, +100 line on BetMGM. So Harden is over this line in 3 of his 4 games. Only game he went under, he had 15 rebounds and assists. He's over this line with 20 rebounds, assists in his first matchup of the season versus the Suns. The ball is in Harden's hands an absurd amount. There's plenty of an opportunity for him to have a big all-around game, and I think he's going to have a big all-around game in this matchup. Overall, I'm extremely confident that James Harden could have a big game. I'm extremely confident that James Harden will go over this line tonight, and do it once again versus the Suns. So James Harden over 15.5 rebounds plus assists versus the Suns, +100 line on BetMGM is my 4th and final play. So those were my top 4 NBA player props for the day. Like I said, if you did enjoy this video and you want to see more content from me moving forward, then make sure to subscribe to the channel down below. Give this video a big thumbs up and leave a comment on this video down below, because all those things really help the channel out a ton and really help push my content out to more and more people each and every single day. So I really would appreciate it. But yeah, guys, that's really all I got for today's video. I hope you all did enjoy. And without further ado, I will see you on the next one. See you guys.